Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I am watching the third game of the last couple of days between Mississippi State and Youngstown State. Mississippi State has killed them in the first two games, so we're looking for a sweep here if we can win this last game. There are so many really interesting things that I've been finding in the news today about digital assets and Ripple and XRP. But I'm going to start off with this. This is an article that is just scathing on CCN. This is just burns Jamie Dimon at the stake. Someone please let Jamie Dimon know that his new cryptocurrency is a fraud. And I just wanted to read you a few things out of this article. It's just really unbelievable. These people really do burn this guy at the stake. And some of these are quotes, some are just lines out of this. Here it goes. So they're using JPM coin to keep track of how much money you've deposited and withdrawn. So they are offering basic banking as a new crypto. The embarrassing level of fail in this move is difficult to overstate. It would be shocking, but for the fact that we already knew for years where institutional banking's head is at regarding cryptocurrency, how it thinks about crypto, the knowledge about crypto that it represses, and what it wants the world to think about Bitcoin. We're excited about blockchain, the technology underlying Bitcoin. That's more or less one of the quotes from what Jamie Dimon said in the last few years. We're excited about blockchain, the technology underlying Bitcoin, but no, not Bitcoin. Well, this is what the guy in the article says about that. He said this would be like horse-drawn carriage makers 100 years ago saying they're excited about some of the underlying technologies of these horseless carriages, but not the horseless part, and then presenting a new automobile to the market that looks a lot like a Model T carriage and copies some of its finer details, but it's pulled by horses. It's 2019 and JP Morgan Chase and Company is finally getting around to spending some of that TARP bailout money on computer software to improve its electronic record keeping. And this is all from this article, folks. And it has hilariously decided to pass that off as JPM coin, a new cryptocurrency brought to you by Jamie Dimon, the guy who called Bitcoin a fraud. Since 2010, listen to this, folks, this is amazing. Since 2010, the year Bitcoin first began to circulate, under the leadership of Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan Chase has been charged with 48 different violations of banking and securities fraud. 28.6 billion is the total they've paid out just in the past 7 years in slap-on-the-wrist fines by politicians whose coffers they've filled with money. They should have just named it fraud coin because chances are it will be used for that at some point. Really unbelievably scathing article that they wrote. Now, I want to show you something. This was a tweet by a guy named Dennis Parker, and I had not seen this video. You should go watch it. This guy, Dennis Parker, has posted this. He's at XENTAGZ. JP Morgan exec talking to U.S. regulators. And I think from what I've gathered, this is from the TV show Mr. Robot. And basically, you should go and watch this. It's not very long, but just watch this. This is supposed to be a JP Morgan executive, and he's speaking to a bank regulator and basically saying, let us do eCoin, which would be their version of kind of Bitcoin. And he's basically saying, if you let Bitcoin take over, then we're all screwed. And it's basically, I can promise you that a similar conversation to this has taken place more than once behind closed doors with some of these major banks and regulators in the United States and governments around the world. And this is really, if you really want to know, This is J.P. Morgan's first attempt at trying to get their arms around it and protect themselves. Like I said before, it's not going to work. But the dirty little secret, the part that these guys are not going to be able to figure out here, and the thing they can't make heads or tails of, is that this is the trust net that's coming, and it's all about trust. Over in Venezuela, the government destroyed their money. And what did they do once they destroyed the money? They tried to come out with a cryptocurrency called the petrodollar. But the people don't want it. And it's not just the idea of digital currency. It's not just the idea of having a digital asset. It's the trust. And that's the problem. This stuff came out. It was created as a response to the lack of trust that these governments have put in these things around the world. The lack of trust is why this genie came out of the bottle in the first place. That's what these bankers and central bankers don't get. They're going to get it very soon, because if it's government sponsored or bank sponsored, their customers might use it, and they may be able to use it in that type of a scenario inside of their banks. That's fine, but it's not going to be used for the ultimate appreciation of value, which the ones that are limited in amount and are trusted are the ones that will go up in value. Write it down. And the ones that have use case. Okay, moving along. This is from Sergeant Obi-Wan, and I'm not going to get deep into this article, but I wanted to show you what's going on and what is going to happen. This is another example of someone who will have their own coin. This is a government. How the Marshall Islands envisions its national digital currency, dubbed sovereign. Goodreads shows that government has no control of digital assets and what they will try to do to stop it. Well, basically this article is about how the United States and the IMF are trying to prevent, they're basically, in so many words, trying to scare the Marshall Islands into not adopting this, okay? And I'm not going to get into the whole article. I'll read you this one part. Currently, the Marshall Islands uses the U.S. dollar as its official currency and is highly dependent on receiving and spending U.S. grants totaling around $70 million each year in assistance. In accordance with the compact, once issued, this SOV will circulate alongside the dollar. Thus, the Marshall Islands will have two coexisting legal tenders for all debts, public charges, taxes. But bottom line is, this is being held over their head by the U.S., I'm assuming. And then the IMF is also warning them. Says the International Monetary Fund raised doubts about the issuance of SOV, claiming that the potential benefits from revenue gains appear considerably smaller than the potential costs arising from economic, reputational, AML, and laundering, Bottom line is, the digital assets are scaring the heck out of all of these governments around the world. And this is just one of the many things that's going on right now. There's going to be a solution somehow, some way. And I believe that XRP and Ripple are going to be somewhere in that solution. If you've heard the IMF and Christine Lagarde, how many times that they've referenced Ripple, not just in words, but in paperwork, it's a lot. Okay, moving along. I wanted to give a shout out to Bart XRP, XRP Bart, at XRP Bart. Give him a follow. Definite follow in the Ripple community. Sends me this. This is from suissegold.ch. You can now buy gold with Ripple, or XRP more specifically. Swiss Gold CH is now accepting payment for gold and silver purchases in cryptocurrency Ripple. Clients may purchase any gold, silver, platinum, palladium, or rhodium bars or coins using Ripple. Furthermore, all product pricing on swissgold.ch is available in Ripple in live time. Can you say adoption, folks? Can you say further adoption? Bank XRP, definite follow in the XRP community, at Bank XRP. XRP now available on Spend app. And he was retweeting this. XRP is now available on the Spend app. Buy, sell XRP with your bank account. Exchange XRP with all supported assets. Spend XRP at 40 plus million locations with Spend Wallet by instantly converting to fiat on the Spend Visa card. Can you say adoption, folks? And I'm going to give them a follow. Next, let's look at further adoption. This is from Pre-Pro Tuck at PRANASNAKE. He says, look what I found in Crabtree Valley Mall, Raleigh, North Carolina. Not XRP, but it's a start, and you got that right. It's just a matter of time, folks, before it's XRP and all of the major digital assets are in these things. And people are going to be able to go side by side from their fiat into these digital assets. Liquidity, folks, liquidity, adoption, more adoption. These pizzas were ordered via the Bitcoin Lightning Network. First time I've purchased a food item with Bitcoin. And they go to here. I want to show you the website. This is ln.pizza. And you can go here with Domino's and you can order your Domino's pizza with Bitcoin. I've told you before, I own one Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin will stay on my Ledger Nano S. It will not be being used to order a pizza. Moving along, further adoption, folks. This is from Yassine Mubarak, at Yassine Mubarak. Netflix filming a documentary about altcoins, behind the scenes picture. Don't know how he got this, but how cool is this, folks? We are a part of the world changing, and if you can't see it, you're not opening your eyes. Okay, now the last two things I want to show you are just a couple of interesting things that I happen to run into today. The first is this, from Brian Ramil. Today in 1986, Steve Jobs wrote a $5 million check to buy a company called Pixar. The $5 million came from selling his Apple shares when he got fired. In 2006, Disney purchased Pixar for $7.4 billion. Steve Jobs became board member at Disney and one of the largest shareholders. How cool is that? And finally, folks, I want to show you this. For those of you that have not seen the Queen movie, whether you are a Queen, the band, whether you're a fan of them or not, most people are fans because their music was so great. Just about everybody likes at least one song that they have. But this movie is definitely worth your time. You can rent it now on Amazon Prime. I rented it today. And then I found this video. After you've seen the movie, you need to go and watch this video on YouTube. Let's see if I can find the title of this. Let's get this going. This is from Alper Alamoglu. Queen Live, just type in Queen Live at Live Aid side by side. It gives you a side by side. You can watch 10 minutes of it. It's the actual Freddie Mercury and the guy who played Freddie Mercury from the movie scene, and they do it's an entire 10-minute concert, and you can see just how good a job this guy did in this movie. It's really awesome. Don't watch it until after you watch the movie, though. You'll appreciate it more then. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family to go see the new Queen movie. It's awesome. Thanks for listening.